Black British teenager Khalil has defeated the scorpion-like monster in the Mad Max-like wasteland desert. Light. Separated from the impact, it scuttled away. I and it to remember this exchange. I didn't win, not completely, nor valiantly either. My light still here. Thank you, I whispered. Not to the fire, but the truth that lit it. The sand had settled. I, however, didn't have the same luxury. Ache prodded at my chest with every breath I took, each one heavier than the last, taxing. The scorpion. Me. This. None of it felt natural, and nothing obeyed a natural order. It had to be me, I muttered. The dark didn't need me. It was trying to prove I needed it. But something rumbled. Not the kind that shook a ground, or bubbles in the belly of the poor. I hadn't the stomach for it. The light was starting to feed me, and I was to be punished for it. Shadows, passing overhead, on cue. Against the sun, a necessary evil. On its own, a reflection. Me, back and forth waves of sonar. You hate, but need me. Even the sun has hot and cold spots. I adapt. Punished in my suffocation. I can burn or be bound to burn. My warmth. I choose it. Something dived, a vulture. Curious I was watching too long. Intercepted, spinning in a tangle of claws and feathers. Come. A family toxic to the root, but not to the last born, striking, scratching, tearing, the last just watching. To be so fixed down your ways. You need to introduce something new to break the pattern. The stink of foul generational ideology staining my hands. Be free and tied no more. Distaste rippled, as if the environment had come alive to put down what was right to them. The dusty, dry, and abnormal features of the Mad Max-like desert. Right at their time. Worlds changed. But please, I implore you, test after test. If I'm not worthy, then as a building, let these seismic waves rock me. As my structure and the power my foundations give to stand up will not falter. Got you. Instinct flipped over what tried to grab me from behind. Sand swallowing it whole. I'm spinning too many plates on sticks. Enough. I was sun on the evening of every summer day, bright, hopeful. Burning, bringing light upon what threatened me. I moved, numbers filling in between, like the tendency to revisit the past. Poof, poof, a sickness spreading, collectively becoming an anchored. Chained, and sinking beneath the sand, and above me. My own monolith, taut and supporting its own strength, not crumbling. Every swing, every step, every dodge of my own accord was fought for, earned. I was moving and not staying still. Vultures smoldered, mysterious dust platitudes neutralized. Smoke flaying, I burned through it. Missing something? Not until now, neither fleeing but taunting, turning something over in its dried hands. Shiny, not familiar. It wasn't his. I didn't even realize it was there. It bolted. I followed. I couldn't be that fast. Figuring out how to work a desert equivalent of a motorcycle. Never mind. The cycle ground beneath me, an almost back and forth argument between it and the sand. The both of them present and what would be past. And in front of me, the kind of smile that belongs to someone who knows more than I do. How could I feed it? Dust had cut the world into streaks. The ground started matting to move. A thunderous fanfare of cacophony erupted behind me, threatening to turn around a mass movement of junkyard vehicles stampeded forward in hunger, predators forming an encasing, moving formation that revolved around me. Flags danced in the wind, a circus of outworldly performers putting on a showstopper, and I was the main attraction. Before I knew it, spears tore through my cycle uninvited, giving the illusion flying was one of my powers. 'Cause that would be silly. At least a sense of humor was universal. Heaving that of my weight, I jerked into what felt like or resembled a shopping container, pleading with the grip of my hands. I can see the gym gods looking down upon me already. Grip strength, the very least of my priorities, narrowly missing a barrage of spears to the body. Enough with the pointy things already. Costco having a discount today? They kept coming and coming as if they moved on their own. Just my luck. Barely standing on 2 feet, the dust men would have buried me if I let them. They dove in, manic, like they wanted to tear me down limb by limb. I staggered, swung wild, and somehow turned what should have been a knockout blow into something else. A suplex. I didn't even know I had that in me. The impact rattled the others. I saw it in their stumble. And then it happened. The embers didn't just crawl. They wrapped me whole, dragging my body through motions I didn't even think about. A flare here, a kick there, a blur of heat and dust and noise. Bodies flew, screaming through the sand.